Yay! So, for the fifth part of our countdown, we're going to look at your personal life, and I think it's going to be a sweet and short one, because yeah, that's really what the vibe that I want it to be. So I don't have notes. This is really one of the first times ever, but I wanted to do this from the heart, because one thing, really depending on if you're a business owner or if you're an employee, doesn't really matter. But the thing that I want to talk about is your personal life. And I'm not going to butt in or make your life completely different than you want it to be. But that's exactly what I want to talk about. Because what's happening in my industry, in the coaching industry, is sometimes that people are sketching an idea, sketching a business idea, saying that it's great and it's for them, but actually people are, the clients that they have are burning out because, it's actually way too difficult to have that. To have that business model. Maybe it's a business model with with a team. Maybe it's with funnels. Maybe it's that you have to do sales calls 8 hours a day. It doesn't really matter. But the thing is that most people don't want that. And then yes, you can go inside, you can be part of the hustle culture and say, just work hard for 2 years and then after that you can reap the fruits of your labor. But most of the time it doesn't really work like that, because you are not building on solid grounds. And so the solid ground that you want to create is to think about, okay, what personal life do I want? What does my life look like? And this is difficult. And this is also what my workshop, Big Business, Big Life, is all about. And I'm also going to launch something next week, which is really going to help you with that, and which is called the Big Life Challenge. And it's a free program, and I will put the link in the show notes. And it's going to be really about how to create your big life first, and then create your big business or your big career, or however you want to call it. It's such a shame that big career is not, I cannot find a word that starts with a B. So we start with the big life first, right? So what does your life look like? What does it mean if you have a big life? And this is different for everyone. And also if we're looking, I listened to a really nice training of one of my coaches, saying that happiness often in movies is portrayed as having drinking champagne or going on a really big trip or doing something outrageous, of course, because it's a film and it needs to be great to look at, right? I get that. But actually, is that really what your life is all about? So for instance, for me personally, I realized a few months ago, I realized I really don't like to go out to dinner. And this was a difficult decision for me, because I know that many of my friends want to have dinner with me, during the evening and talk and eat. And I don't like that. I just don't, multiple reasons why I don't like it. I don't like to sit. I don't like to eat something that someone has made and I'm not really sure what it is. And then maybe my stomach will hurt afterwards. And I just don't like it. I don't like the crowdiness. I don't like the noises, everything. It's just not for me. And that was a big realization, because it's just really honest. And so can you be honest to yourself and to the people around you? What makes you truly happy? So what makes me really happy is running, walking, seeing art, going to the movies, reading. I love reading. So how can I create a lifestyle which is completely what I like? And then of course, sometimes I still go out to dinner, right? Or I eat in groups because the other circumstances are just as good. Or then I'm thinking, okay, yes, let's do that. It's not always, that I'm completely isolated and everything. But that's really a personal life choice that I made. I prefer not to just go out to dinner for no reason, just not. And that actually has given me a lot of power, on power in my mind, power in what I want. And actually it's so crazy thinking about it, right? Because I'm using this example because it's so strange not wanting to go to dinner, right? Because everybody wants to go. And I always thought that I wanted it, but actually I never liked it. So yeah, that's just being very honest with yourself. And so it took me quite some time to realize that. And so maybe there's things that you don't want to do. Maybe there's things you want to do. And what are the things that make you really happy? Is that reading? Is that just meditating? Is that journaling? Is that picking a card from one of your favorite decks? Is that playing with your crystals? Is that playing with collectibles? If there's one thing that you really like, for instance, one thing that I really like is gymnastics. And I love listening to the podcast Gymcastic. And I love rewatching old meets, old gymnastics competitions. I love that. And so more and more I'm doing what I love. And so this podcast is for you to figure out what you love. And you're going to sit down, write it down for yourself and really feel it. Or for the upcoming weeks, which might be difficult weeks for some people, you're going to have to be very laser focused on what you like. And so, for instance, if you're going out to dinner, you're thinking, I really like this. I disagree with Sarah. I do like this. But maybe when you're going out for a walk, you're actually thinking, what am I doing here? I really don't like this for this reason. So be very aware. Be very conscious about everything that you're doing in your life. And it doesn't have to be that you have a big yacht. It doesn't have to be that you have to, have crazy things. Most of the time, it doesn't even cost any money. But once you've figured out what you want in your life, and it might be, and it has been for me for a long time, that you're not working a lot of hours a day, then if that's it, build your business around that. If that's it, build your career around that. If your boss is telling you, if you're an employee, if your boss is telling you you cannot work less than 32 hours, well, then it's time to switch jobs. Currently, we're in a job market where you can do that. There's no other excuse. You will find a way. You will find a way. And you don't have to, but you can trust yourself that you can find it. But you do have to sit down and think about, okay, yes. Yesterday, I was at a meeting with people. It was a dinner, by the way. Was not very happy about that, but it was just part of my life. It was okay. And I was talking to two people separately, and both were stuck. And they both... And I asked, of course, as a coach, I ask questions. I'm not their coach, right? But I cannot help myself asking the question, okay, what stops you? Not in that way. So, okay, what stops you? And then they're talking, and most of the time in conversations, people are talking, and I'm quiet, and I'm listening, because I find it fascinating. And then in the end, they said, okay, yes, I actually really do need to work on that. I'm not saying I'm a miracle worker here. Of course I am. But, it's always the taking action that will help you get that big life. And so start with looking, what kind of life do I want? How do I want to feel? What do I want to do daily? What do I want to do weekly, monthly, yearly? And, maybe you don't even want to go on holidays. And, that's just it. That's just it. And or maybe you want to go on holidays every month. Okay, try to create a career around that. Try to create a business around that. And then first look at that and then see, okay, what works? What works for me? Okay, maybe there are some things that I have to let go of, or maybe I can't go on holiday every month, but I can go every 1.5 months, which is already a bigger win than you've had before. But really take very small steps into that big life, and then the big business or the big career. And if you want more support on this, I can help you with this with my free challenge, my free big life challenge. And I was actually thinking of creating or to charge. But actually, I thought, no, I'm going to give it away for free. My little Christmas present for you, because I want this. I want you to feel this. I want you to feel the excitement. I want you to feel how, and I want so also that I am able to do this, right? So I want to share this with you. Yes. So that's it. You can join the Big Life Challenge. I will put the link in the show notes. And you're one of the first to hear about it. Actually, I'm going to start promoting it on Boxing Day, actually. And we're starting January 1st. It's going to be 9 days. It's going to be really exciting. And there's, tons of value. So if you're thinking, yes, I'm ready. Okay, let's do this. Then this challenge is for you. Carve out some time for the first 9 days of the year. And you are very ready for that big life.